Welcome back. There are a few different steps to keep in mind involving the fit problem. The first is that it's very important to have a collection of the best working methods, and that's what we've assembled for you here in this program. It's important to understand that not all methods are created equal. Some simply work better in general than others. We've used our extensive global research database, and in this program have put together a collection of the very best methods. They work for a majority of people who complete this process. However, this does not mean that every method works for each person. In fact, each of these methods works for a relatively small number of people in terms of transitioning them to fundamental well-being, but we've been able to collect enough of the best ones and modify them based on the latest science to reach a very high success rate. Second is that it's important to find the method or methods that work best for you, and that's exactly what our overall protocol is designed to help you do. The only way to know if a method will work for you is to try it. About 1% of people get lucky with an ideal match to their very first method and transition on the first day of the program. And around 3% do so with that same method over the first few days. However, even if you're not having any luck with a session's method, the likelihood is that it's still very useful for you to do. This is because methods stretch you in different ways, and there seems to be a power to that, like a loosening up of your system that allows for more effectiveness when you do find the method that is finally a match for you. Another important thing to keep in mind about fit is that you can fall out of alignment with a meditation technique that's been working for you. You might practice a meditation for a week, a year, or even a decade, and that might be profoundly impactful for you. And then one day, all of a sudden, it simply stops working. Often, this is very disappointing for people because it usually takes them ages to find any meditation method that works for them. Unfortunately, they don't have a list of the best ones like you're going to get in this program and be able to take advantage of. Actually, you should be grateful when this happens and you fall out of alignment with a meditation method. The reason is because it produced the growth it was meant to produce. If it's actively working for you, it should be changing you. And if it's changing you, at some point, it should change you so much that the method itself falls out of step with you. Then you simply need to go and find another method that works as powerfully to take you to the next level. An important question is how to know when a method has really fallen out of step with you. What if it's just not working temporarily for some reason, but might start working again soon? In this situation, we recommend that you continue to practice the method for an hour a day for 2 additional weeks. If it starts working again, great. If not, it's time to move on to the next method that will. If you practice it for a few days and it doesn't seem to be working for you anymore, that does not mean that it might not start working again in another couple of days, because it very well might. However, if it doesn't start working again after a couple of weeks of diligent daily practice, it's probably a good idea to start exploring other methods. Along these lines, it's still occasionally worth checking back on a previous method to see if it's fired back up again, because that's another important thing to know about all of this. It absolutely can. Similarly, methods that you tried earlier in your life that weren't in sync and didn't seem to really do anything might actually start working for you at a later point in life. So they might work for you now if they didn't work for you in the past. You never want to permanently scratch a method off your list of ones that might possibly work for you someday. Remember, you're a highly dynamical system that is constantly changing. What's working for you at any given time is going to change even from moment to moment. That's how you have to think about meditation practices as well. In the next video, we'll look at how this applies to the course. I'll see you there.